Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where we're working step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. You can download these in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can access information about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're in the exam room on exam day. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be really fab, and subscribe to my channel to stay updated. And now we're going to crack on and continue with the Grade 1 2017 Paper A, and we're going to look at question 6. If you turn with me to page 5, we're going to have a look at this page. Now I do suggest all the time that you just have a crack at this yourself, just have a go. It doesn't matter if you make mistakes or get things wrong, you will always learn better by those mistakes, and you're only ever writing in pencil, so you can just erase it and have another go and you'll learn more thoroughly that way. And so question 6 is regarding intervals. These are melodic intervals. That means they come one after each other, as in a melody, as opposed to a harmonic interval that comes together one on top of the other like a chord or a harmony. So we're in the key of C major, so we're always counting up from this key note or tonic note C, and we're just counting up the steps of the scale to describe the interval or the distance between these two notes. And really the only way you can go wrong, apart from obviously just miscounting, but the only way you can really keep getting this answer wrong is if you forget to count the lowest note as note 1. You always have to count this given note as 1. So it's 1 as the line, 2 as the space, 3 is the line, 4 is the space, 5 is the line, 6 is the space. And so if you forget and count up 1 first, you'll always be a degree out. So just remember to count the lowest note as the number 1, because we're counting from the first degree of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the 6th. And so let's have a look at this next one. So here we've got 1 here, the next door note is 2, 1, 2, we've gone a second. So that's a melodic second, so the interval of a second. So here we're in the bass clef, but the principle remains the same. We've got C as note 1, 2, 3, 4, C, D, E, F. And you can see that C, D, E, F, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the piano keyboard as well. But you just count it on the stave. So we have here a 4th. So continuing on. Now just reading the notes, we can see we've got a C here and a C here, so we've got an octave. We're 8 notes apart, or just to double check that, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got an octave. So you can either write 8th or you can write 8VE, which is short for octave. The next one we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a 5th. And for the last one, you can see we've come 1 down, we're a step lower, so 8, back 1 is 7, so that's our answer, but we can double check that by counting it to be doubly sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so there's our 7th. There we go. And so now, question 7 is very similar. We're looking at the degrees of the scale and we're naming these melodic intervals. However, this time they're actually within a melody rather than just separate examples. And so the key is F major, so we're always counting the key note F, even though it isn't continually given to us as a reference point. We're always counting up from F to find the degree of the scale. So this first one here, if we're counting from F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's how we get our 5th. And so from here, if we're counting from F, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, G, A, B. It's a B flat, of course, because F major has B flats, but all of that works in with the key signature, so we don't need to worry ourselves about it. We've just counted the interval, and that's our fourth. So from F, next door note is G, 1, 2, we have a second. And then from F, 1, 2, 3 to A, F, G, A, we have a third. And so on. So let's just carry on from the F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. That's our seventh. E is the seventh degree of the scale, which is next door to the F, which is our octave. So that double checks that. Let's carry on from F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D is the sixth degree of the scale. Here we have an F, and here also we have an F, so that's an octave. So you could say first or octave or eighth, either way it's the same. Let's just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to put octave there. From here, counting F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is our fifth. And then we're straight back to F again, so whether you call that a first, an eighth or an octave, it all means the same thing. And then section B of this question still refers to this little extract here, and we're asked to give the letter name of the lowest note in the melody. And so let's just scan through, and we can see here's the lowest note, just one step below the F, there's our E. There we go. And so now we move on to section 8, question 8. Now you'll see that this is the new Look syllabus, this is the new Look exam paper, and so now all of your performance directions and performance terms, all your Italian musical terms, are now presented to you as multiple choice. However, this doesn't mean that it's any easier, I don't think. There's no way of avoiding the fact that you just need to revise all of these terms, and I do recommend that you get to grips with these, because as you progress through the grades, we're just going to keep adding more and more to this list. Remember, it's a cumulative, so grade 2 will be all of grade 1 terms plus the new ones. So it's as well to get to grips with these now. I suggest that you group them thematically as you revise them, rather than just revising them in alphabetical order. It's more memorable if you group them thematically. You could even colour code it. And on the PDF that I've given to you, if you just look online, you'll see that I've given you at the end of the book a little revision exercise, just showing you how to perhaps revise those. So let's have a go. So do test yourself, just have a go, and if you're not sure, just guess. You'll learn more thoroughly by making those mistakes. And so let's just quickly go through these. I think multiple choice can sometimes throw you off the scent, and you end up ticking something just because it's thrown you off course, rather than just being careful and writing a definition. And so let's crack on. So accelerando, if you think it looks like accelerate, they've said means gradually getting quicker. That's not a difficult one to perhaps see the association and meaning there. Andante means at a medium speed. It's literally at a walking pace, a medium tempo. Cantabile means in a singing style. It's a very operatic sounding word in my sort of mentality. So in a singing style makes sense to me. Now here, this line here, we be careful, because it could sometimes mean tie when it's on next door notes that are of the same pitch, joining note head to note head. However, here, notice it's two separate different pitches, therefore it must be a slur. However, be careful, because slur does not mean detach. That's a bit of a red herring. Slur means to perform smoothly or legato. So just watch out for that little red herring there to throw you off the scent. This opening up sort of hairpin sign means gradually getting louder. So don't get thrown off course by thinking it's anything to do with tempo. It's a volume, a dynamic marking, and that's the symbol that shows crescendo. So gradually getting louder. And then MP, now there are two letters here that we need to take note of. P is piano, M is mezzo, which is sort of middle or moderately. So moderately quiet is our answer. And that's that question completed. So if you'll turn over the page, let's get to question 9. And so all of this last page is always relating back to this little extract here. So we look at this melody and then we answer the questions below. So let's just move on up to the questions, and then we're going to have to keep referring back to the top of the page. So we're asked to give the time name, so whether you'd use the classical terminology minute or the alternative terminology half note or whatever the appropriate answer is, we need to find the longest rest in the melody. So let's glance through. We've got two rests. We've got this one and this one. This one is a quaver or an eighth note rest, which is worth half a beat. This one is a crotchet rest, which we answered this question in an earlier question, so we should have this knowledge already. Is a one beat or a crotchet rest, a quarter note rest, and that of course is longer than the half, and so that's our answer. So we would say either a crotchet rest, crotchet, or we would say quarter note. Either of those answers is acceptable. Now then, a little bit of maths is required here. How many semiquavers or 16th notes is the last note of the melody worth? Now my maths is not so great, so I always prefer to do this visually. And so here we can break down, we've got a crotchet or a quarter note. So let's look at how that breaks down. So a quarter note breaks down, so a one beat breaks down into two half a beat, and if we break down again, so here are our semiquavers, and we get two semiquavers to each quaver, or two 16th notes to each eighth note, and so altogether we can see that a crotchet beat or a quarter note, which is worth one beat, divides into 4 quarters of a beat, and so our answer is 4. So there we go. It's perhaps easy as well to see the maths that 4 quarters makes a whole beat. Let's carry on. Answer true or false to these sentences. So when we've got 2 over 4, that time signature means 2 crotchet or quarter beats per bar. That is correct, that's true, because our top number is 2, that's the beats per bar. And the bottom number tells us what type of beat, and here we have quarter notes or crotchet beats. So 2 quarter notes, 2 crotchet beats. That's correct, so that's true. Now then, let's see what we've got here. All the notes in bar 5 can be found in the key of D major. Now we know that D major has F sharps and C sharps, and so that's in the key signature here. However, in bar 5, let's have a look. We've got this here, we have a D sharp, and that is not part of D major. D major has F sharps and C sharps, that is not part of the D major scale. And so this statement here that all the notes are in the key of D major is false, that's incorrect. So that's false. Now we're asked to give the letter name of the third note in bar 7. It's marked with a little star. And they've even given us a helpful tip, including the sharp sign if necessary. So they've helped us out a little bit there. So here's the note we're looking to name. That's an F-A-C, that's note C. However, remember that the key signature is F sharps and C sharps, so the full answer for this should be C sharp to completely answer that question. There we go. And now the last bit, this is the easiest 10 marks you can have. We just need to copy out the music from the start of bar 4 to the start of bar 1 to the end of bar 4. And as I was just about to say, pay close attention that you don't end up copying the wrong bit. And we need to copy it out exactly as it's written. They even tell us what to look for. And now this is where you need to be careful. We've got 10 marks for the asking. Without even thinking about it, we just need to be neat and tidy. And helpfully the blank stave is here, right next to the little bit we need to copy. So we're going to be going from the beginning to bar 4. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just align my bar lines with theirs on this top line. And that way, if I keep everything aligned, I know I'm not going to lose track of where I am. I can make sure that I copy absolutely everything. And so in the question, if you read below, it says don't forget the clef. So here's the clef. The key signature. The time signature. The tempo marking, so we still need to say andante, which if you remember from the multiple choice we've just answered, that means at a medium tempo, sort of like a steady walking pace. And then it also says dynamic markings and all other details, so we can even already just pop the P for piano cantabile in a singing style, in a singing manner. And now we just need to copy the notes. So I'm just going to get the note heads in first of all. You can do this in any order you like, just so long as you get everything in neatly and tidily. And just make sure that you don't throw away 10 easy marks just for copying and keeping it neat and tidy with all the details that you are required to include. Literally put everything there, and if you feel like you want to, there's nothing stopping you to put your bar numbers, just so you can be doubly sure that you've got absolutely everything that you need. And so get a ruler just to keep it neat and tidy, and pop the stems in. So you'll have plenty of time in the exam to make sure this is neat. I'm just going to press on to get this done for you though. Nearly there. I've put the rest in already. And so now we just need these slur marks. And I think that completes that question. Nothing else there to be done. Yes, that completes that question, and it also completes that paper. I do hope that you found this helpful. I hope that it's of benefit to you. If you can give me a like, that'd be really fab. And please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please also do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all the resource that's available to you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.